Good morning. How is everybody doing today? We have made it to Friday. Yay, hooray. Big weekend coming up. So just want to get right into it this morning. So I'm not wasting too much of your time this morning, but I'm going to talk about the unexpected road to self-discovery that I have. This is kind of my personal story. But before I do, if you are new here, welcome. I'm glad you are here. If you want to catch my other videos, you have two channels that you can do that on. You can do that on either my Rumble channel or my YouTube channel. Doesn't matter to me which one you like, whichever one you like. Go over there. The links to those are in the description of the video that you're watching. So grab those, head over there. When you get over there, like and subscribe. Why? If you like it, it gets out to other people to see it. And then more people can experience what you're experiencing. If you subscribe, then you'll get notified, and then you can go back and either watch it right there live, or you can watch it at your earliest convenience. So, got that laundry out of the way. All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of my self story on where this started for me on this self-discovery and why I'm doing what I'm doing here and why I started my VIP Facebook group to help women on a little closer one-on-one. All right. Now, if you want to be a part of my VIP Facebook group after this video, the link to that is also in the description of the video that you're watching. So pop over there and love to see you over there. All right. So the reason why I did what I did, and it's an unusual, I think it's an unexpected because I was kind of taken back by it. So I'm going to draw the picture for you. I used to train horses and work at a horse farm. Loved it. That was my dream, my passion. Got pregnant, was searching out daycares, couldn't find one that I liked. Figured out the cost of daycare versus the cost of what I was making or what I was bringing in, and realized that there was not going to be any money left over for anything. I was just working to pay for daycare. Really didn't make a whole lot of sense to me, right? So at that point, I made the choice to stay home and be a daycare provider. Sorry, I couldn't get my chair to move. To be a daycare provider. So I did that. And I did that for 11 years. Don't regret it a bit, all right? I enjoyed every second of it, right? But one day when I was about 35, my kids were around 6, 7, and about 3, 4, somewhere in there. The kids were old enough that they could go with dad, and dad was going to go do something that day, and they could go. And finally, dad was giving me a day off where I could have the whole day to myself. I remember calling a lot of my friends, and it was kind of last minute, which I remember that. And a lot of the people that I called were busy doing stuff. And then they left, and I sat there that morning drinking my coffee and trying to figure out what I was going to do because I didn't have anybody to go do anything with. And I sat there and I just had this overwhelming feeling that I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't have anybody to do it with. I sat there and I basically cried, is what I did. I basically cried because I realized I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. I believe it was a time of year when this happened when I couldn't just go out and ride because we did have horses at the time, but I couldn't just go out and ride. And I was so used to doing something with everybody, I didn't know how to be with myself. So that is where my journey began. And I just remember sitting there crying, and I remember kind of going through a lot of emotions at that time. I kind of got a little bit depressed. I was lost. I didn't know where I was. I'm always been a mover and shaker, guys. Always been a mover and shaker. So that was the hardest thing is I had nothing to do. Nothing to do. So what did I do? I went and got groceries and I came home and I cleaned the house, just like I did every other Saturday with the kids there. So that's what really got me depressed was I actually had some free time and no one to do it with, no one to do anything with. And that's when I realized that I kind of didn't know who I was anymore because that was totally not me. I've never had an issue of being alone with myself and finding things to do. I've always been riding, always been doing, horseback riding, always been doing something. right? And that day was the beginning of this journey. That day and this journey is why I started my VIP Facebook group. It's why I come to you guys live every day. It's because no one would talk to me about it. I would try to gently bring it up without going into a ton of detail, and nobody would say a word to me. Nobody understood what I was talking about. So that is why I started doing what I'm doing here. My confidence was low. I was overweight. I hadn't ridden much, ridden horses much. So I wasn't confident just to go out and do it all by myself. So I just was at a very low spot in my life. I was happy I had my kids, but I was at a very low spot personally in my life to know what is happening. So to feel that way. So that's why I started what I started. So if you guys are sitting there going, yes, me too, I encourage you to get over to my VIP Facebook group. I went way more depth into my story over there than I did here. I just want to keep this super brief for you guys. I'm already over time. But get over there, guys. You're not alone. And this journey, you don't have to do this journey alone, because I'm willing to talk about it with you. I'm willing to help you walk through it. I'm willing to help you figure out who you are and what the next phase of your life is. All right. Okay, guys, I will see you guys all in my VIP Facebook group. You guys have an amazing weekend. I'll see you Monday.